Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy, and Mr. Abadozers. So, oh yeah, get comfy, baby. Okay. This week, Cancer, we're going to look to see how we can get you working towards success. They've been really interesting. I'm going to use the Archangel Oracle deck, the Doggy Wisdom Oracle deck. I'm going to use Shadowscape Tarot and Teeny Tiny Everyday Witch. So we're going to get started. The Oracle cards are sort of the main energy or message of the reading. This guy is so comfy. And then we're going to use the tarot to ask 4 key questions. I'll let you know what those are in a minute. All right, Cancer, my Cancerian friends, my portals of love. Main energy message, prioritize. Archangel Metatron, focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. Right there, that's a really interesting. Okay, highest priorities. Focus on your highest priority. I think, like, it's funny, as I'm saying that, I'm thinking, well, what would an angel think is a high priority, right? Like, an angel probably wouldn't think that a high priority is necessarily getting your sales quota in this week, or, you know, like, not like necessarily practical monetary things that have been developed by mankind, like those kind of concepts and constructs. So a priority, and the way he's like got this, he's holding this bowl up that's sort of like it just looks like, to me, it's just full of, it's all purple, all this purple energy. So really like enlightenment, you know, like thinking, just right away brings me to the crown chakra, and a higher priority. So there's something spiritual here. There's something about a spiritual goal for this to be your focus. Some sort of spiritual aspect of yourself needs to be priority here. And Metatron is going to help you get organized and motivated. So maybe like the motivation to go towards or pursue whatever this spiritual quest might be, that motivation lacks because of a lot of priorities that you need to organize, like organizal. I don't think that's a word, but it sounds good anyway. So priorities that you need to kind of like have structure and organization around. You know, like getting the sales quotas. It's almost like you're going to get assistance in that, in those areas of your life, so you can prioritize something on a more spiritual level here. Outdoors, gentleness, career transition, clairsentience. Wow, everything is in the upright. Outdoors, go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. So that might be one of the things that you're being asked to do here to help you focus on your highest priority. Gentleness. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. Career transition. Your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. I wanted to do the 3 because I feel like for some of you, there might be something coming in. If it's not a full-on career change or transition, I do feel like there is some sort of transition here from being like really focused on the practical things that angels don't necessarily think. You don't need to prioritize that right now. You got some spiritual shit you need to look after. That's what I'm hearing. But I feel like too with Metatron, like I always see sacred geometry, and I think that Metatron would communicate through sacred geometry. And I kind of have this feeling, to me, like sacred geometry, I feel like you can find it in DNA, you can find it in nucleuses, you can find it everywhere. So it actually is sort of like a spiritual path. It is, I feel like a funnel to create 3-dimension. So it's almost like Metatron is just the right kind of guide, angel energy for you in getting certain things accomplished and done. I'm really sorry if there's a high-pitched sound in the background. There's another house having landscaping done, and the stone cutters have been going like crazy, but it's not as loud because it's at the front of their house, so the house is blocking it a bit. But if that's what you hear, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. So there's definitely, I think this this angel is quite adept at getting physical things done here. Because again, that sacred geometry. It's like, and I'm not even good at math, but I just see just the idea that a mathematical equation can turn something into a reality, combining that with a frequency or a sound. So the puppies. I feel like we're getting like a download right there, Metatron. Okay, what are the doggy wisdom have to add to this for your overall energy? Wonder. Oh, you got a song. Oh, I wonder, wonder who wrote the book of love. What's the rest of that? I don't think I've heard that song in 20 years. That's a good song though. It's kind of fun. Who sings that? That's an old one. Wonder, wonder who wrote the book of love. And then there's a whole story behind that. I'm sorry. I would look that up. That's funny. That has never come in with that card before. But there you go. Metatron is downloading like nuts in this reading. Okay. Your highest priority is to wonder, is to explore, is to be curious. Funny. Gemini was getting curious. Yours is a little bit different here, though. Yours has a real spiritual feeling to it. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's something about that. Who wrote the book of love? I don't know. What is love? Love is the universe. Oh, laziness. Concentration. I'm not sure how that comes in. I don't feel like you're lazy. Both of these cards are showing up in the same sort of hue with this purpley color again. You may be, I don't want to say, well, lazy, but maybe you've been a little bit lax or lazy in terms of concentrating on certain spiritual aspects in your life. But I think the spiritual aspects are about wonder, like being curious again about things that you can, that you don't know about, and exploring these for yourself. Get outdoors. Find gentle situations, gentle areas, and what's wrong? You get the whole half of the table. Like, how hard is it to get comfy? Do I have to move the skull too? Is that it? I have to move purple? All right, purple's over here now. Is that better? Oh, is the crystals in your way? I'm sorry. Is that better now? Okay. Yeah, you have a life purpose here. Your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. Metatron is wanting to download for you. But I feel like in some way, physical things around you might be interfering with this download. You have to be curious and wonder. We'll keep going here. Let's keep going. Okay, so the 4 questions that we're going to ask with the tarot is the obstacle that you are facing. How is this showing up in your life? A hidden factor that you are unaware of, and what can help you grow right now. And then I'm going to add a card to each one of these to prioritize and the wonder. It's okay. You can down. You don't want to? I know you're a cat. You're going to want to do what you want to do. Yeah, for someone who was astray, stranded in the streets, he's so socialized. It's kind of amazing. Yeah, it is kind of amazing. But everything I've read about Himalayans is they are really, they're very social. I think he's just happy and content to feel safe, you know, and have lots of food. He's been eating. He's pretty skinny. I can feel his microchip really easily in him there. Okay, what the obstacle that you're facing, how is this showing up in your life, hidden factor that you're unaware of, and what can help you grow right now? Obstacle that you are facing, the King of Cups. Your deep emotions here. Is this an obstacle for you? Your deep emotions. Are they feeling blocked? Are they feeling like they can't move forward? Are they feeling like they're all cut up inside you, maybe? You might even feel like you're drowning a bit in your emotions. It might not be showing. I just feel like he's so deep down in the water here, like he's down into the kelp. Although kelp can grow quite tall, it just feels like there's a lot of depth to this water. There's a lot of depth. The deepness of you, I don't feel like is flowing forward. It's kind of caught up. It's clogged up. How is this showing up in your life? The Page of Pentacles. And there's a dragon here. Interesting. Okay, how is this showing up in your life? There's something or some things in your life that I think you're meant to face. You could even be facing, well, you're not really facing them. You're meant to face them, but you're doing your best at keeping them kind of at the bottom of the priority list, I would say, the way like what we already have here. It's keeping these things at the bottom of your priority list because you feel very maybe inexperienced in some avenue here of your life. And to me, it's like, well, waking up the dragon. The whole purpose of this is to wake up the dragon, maybe slay the dragon, maybe make friends with the dragon, maybe find some new magic with the dragon. But it's almost, to me, I feel like this page is just sitting here and letting the dragon sleep. Like it just has quite a feeling of things being muffled and stifled down. Hidden factor that you are unaware of is the Death card, a rebirth. Yeah, the dragon needs to rise. You need to come up out of this watery depth like a phoenix. There's a rebirth here. But you've got to be curious. You've got to wonder, what does tomorrow bring? What is around the corner? And explore it. You might be concentrating on your laziness. And I mean, laziness could come out too as maybe not being overly motivated towards particular things right now. What can help you grow right now? Strength. This card is not coming out like a perseverance. This card is coming out like having the will to move forward, having the will to do something. Courage. Courage. Oh, definitely. You have the devil at the bottom. Oh, this devil, he plays games, this one. I'll show you the card in a second. I'll describe it to you. So there's a person. It does look like a feminine figure. She does have breasts. She's naked and alone in this place that looks like she's kind of trapped, or she feels trapped. There's a mask hanging over her head. So she's perhaps, and she's covering her own face, almost like in a fetal position in like shame, perhaps. So there might be some shame here that's associated. And the devil's shame, because the devil holds her heart. There might be some shame here associated with how you have loved in the past, how you've expressed love, how your feelings have been treated in the past, or how they've been used or felt like they've been used against you. So what can help you grow right now is definitely courage. And just even too, with these two cards here being brought to the Wizard of Oz, the lion had it all the time, right? He had the courageous heart all the time. I mean, they all had what they needed in that story. Oh, I gotta add. Okay, prioritize is the Six of Cups. could be some idea, something from your past. It definitely does speak to like your inner child as well. There could be like a little tea party here, like getting together with some friends. Coming up out of the water. Being like, but coming, okay, I feel like the King of Cups here, he's down deep in the water. He's with sea turtles and seahorses, but this is still a watery energy, but it's with things that don't naturally go in the water. So it's as if there's a really beautiful element to you here that's being stifled. It's not being expressed. This is the focus. This is the highest priority. And I mean, for it to come through as a highest priority, this is really important for perhaps even your own development moving forward, emotional health, wonder, the Six of Pentacles. It's kind of funny, right? Because this is a Pentacle card, but it's almost like water and coins are coming out of a fountain and they're landing on this little plant that's growing. So I want to say it's almost like there's an emotional investment here that's required to be explored. And it's in some capacity, okay, it might even, so like even the six, you got 2 6s here. So even like balance and harmony, I'm starting to get like a balance and harmony, but bringing things back into balance, but it could even be sort of like charitable. So it could even be something that you do physically, but it contributes emotionally. So maybe you're like, well, I don't have a lot to give emotionally right now, Cindy. No, you have a lot. You have a lot here, but it is an obstacle. It's almost like it's all just for you. It doesn't go anywhere. And I see why. I understand. I get it. But you know, staying in this energy indefinitely isn't going to do you any good. I'm just hearing that. So sorry, because I know water signs can, yeah, like, I know I've met some water signs that have been really traumatized. Well, we can all get traumatized, honestly, but it's when I feel like I have to walk delicately, like on eggshells sometimes when I'm talking about getting out there emotionally, when I am talking to particular water signs, Cancer and Pisces particularly, because this is the area that can hurt the most, and it does, and it can, and it has. But I always want to say, if you stay in this energy, honest to God, who is winning here? Divinity is not winning. I mean, the devil is winning. There's something about, maybe you do wonder, or maybe you should wonder about something that you could do here in some sort of physical capacity. So it's not necessarily asking a lot of you emotionally, but it's almost as if to say, even to perhaps just your physical presence would add some sort of emotion. It would take some of this depth that's not being shared here. Okay, the King of Cups is the obstacle you are facing. The Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles. This is just, okay, you have so much to give emotionally, but you keep it all locked up for just yourself. That's not what the universe wants. I'll tell you right now, that is not divinity. It might be, you know, the reaction to a wound at some point in time, but to continue to keep it there is not for your higher good. It's not for the higher good of anyone else. It's not the purpose that God, Spirit, the universe had for you to come here. I know a lot of people are mad at God. A lot of people that come in here because you do voice that. And you have every right to be at any given time. But, you know, the madder you get and the more you hold back, the more you are literally digging a hole into this. You know, you're letting something that's not meant to control your heart and your emotions control you. There might even be too, like a sense here of physical comfort with the Nine of Pentacles. And even using physical comforts to shield you from particular emotional depths, like expressing them. How is this showing up in your life? The Page of Pentacles. The Two of Swords. Yes. The Five of Cups. And the Page of Cups. Wow. Okay. This is definitely taking a practical approach here. And it does, like, just keeping this dragon on the ground. In a way, and in some ways too, it's like you're kind of learning as you go here. But this is leaving you in an indecisive pattern about emotion, because Five of Cups, that things just end up disappointing. Like things end up not working out. It's kind of what I would get with that Five of Cups. But then the Page of Cups is hope. So in some ways, there is a sense of lost hope, or don't allow yourself to fall into that pattern of lost hope here. Here's a really good example. I can use this actually with Mr. Abadozers. So I've been looking for a cat for a little while. It's actually something that my son's talked about for a time. And during like kind of the height of the pandemic, I was really looking for one. And I couldn't for the life of me. The shelters didn't have them. The shelters weren't responding. And it is a really sad state of affairs. I had a feeling it would happen when this whole like getting a pet thing became popular with people in lockdowns. Fucking humanity. I swear to God. Like, creatures are not meant to be disposable. But anyways. So, I couldn't get one. And then, so I started looking again. And, long story short, like, there were certain things that were important to me. And one was to find one that they listed as a cat that was good with dogs. Obviously, because I have a dog. And I saw Mr. Abadozer's picture from a local shelter, and I thought he was local, and it looked like he was good with dogs, but it was actually a misprint. They didn't know because he was in Egypt, and I didn't know that. But I couldn't help, like everything about him just told me he's meant. I just feel like I'm supposed to bring this cat here, and I don't know why. He has been like just absolutely amazing, and him and Lily are getting along so well. He's so lovable. Like I said, he goes in his litter box. He's well behaved. He was meant to be, but he was 10,000 miles away. So I kind of feel like if you look at it that way, what are the chances of that, you know? So there is, to me, like almost looking at it, like emotional disappointments. It could have been incredibly emotionally disappointing. I set us up for possibly being emotionally disappointed, but I took a bit of a chance. I took a leap of faith here because it seemed like that's what the universe was guiding me to. And I could have adopted a cat locally right here that had everything in writing that would have been perfect for us and could have been a nightmare. So there is a feeling like right now, Cancer, in this reading to me, I feel like the universe wants to share something emotionally with you that is suitable for the depths of what you contain, that is not being shared. But there is a slight risk involved, and I took a risk, and I just kind of went with it. With the end of the day, because I was fostering with the intent to adopt, I'm still giving it a full week, maybe 2, before I commit to say, yes, we are adopting, because I want to make sure his personality is fully come out after the transition. But I left the doorway open, like maybe this will work out and maybe it won't, right? Like I didn't go, oh, my hopes are resting on this. So I feel like that's somehow an important message in here for you. Because you can have hope. And yeah, it might be disappointing. And it would be disappointing if we brought him and it didn't. But I would say, well, we learned something in the process. And the important things that we learned are what would work or not work for us and what would work or not work for him. You know, so there's something about that here. Because that cat hair is stuck to my orthodontic dental or wax. Because there's a rebirth here. There's a huge rebirth that you were unaware of in your life. But you've got to have the courage to step forward into it a bit. So a hidden factor that you're unaware of is this Death card. The Six of Swords, the universe trying to guide you. The universe might be trying to guide you to something that's 10,000 miles away. Or the universe could be trying to guide something that's 10,000 miles away to you. It's the Six of Swords, the Ace of Cups. Don't let this rule your life. God, please don't let it. Just give yourself time to think about it, even. Like, just try not to push so hard against this reading. And I know a lot of you don't, and you won't. But I'm really talking to the person that will, or feels like they need to. Try to feel it through. The Strength card. What can help you grow right now? Run as fast as you can from everything this card has made you believe. You have the Devil, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. The courage to leave the arms of... I want to call this the trauma. The courage to leave the arms of trauma. That's what this is. This is painfully beautiful. Someone had a reading like that. I don't know if it's Gemini, weeks and weeks ago. But this is having the courage to leave the arms of trauma. The Six of Cups and prioritize. The Knight of Pentacles. I really honestly feel like there's something coming for you and it's an emotional chance here. Like I just described with Mr. Aberdozers. And kind of like, just do it. Everything will be okay. And everything is okay. Like I have a lot going on in my life. And I thought, am I nuts to be doing this, to be taking this on right now? But you know what? Everything's fallen into place. Like it hasn't added any more stress to my life. It's actually, if anything, it's alleviated some of it in a really odd way. Metatron will look after these things for you. Wonder, Six of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. There's really, okay, either wondering about something that you possibly might have cut out of your life. It could be something that you were on the verge of mastering. It could have something to do with work. It does have something to do with like physical equality. Equity, I'm hearing too, physical equity. The Page of Swords. Just watch. Just watch and learn. It's almost like me just skimming through the, you know, cats for adoption. I didn't type in, I would like an exotic cat from a faraway land. Goodness, Cancer. This is a really interesting reading. Yeah, this feels like one of those readings that has a lot of healing in it. And you're being guided towards something very healing. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, we're going to look at what is the universe trying to guide you towards. We definitely know what the universe is trying to guide you out of. Why? What is the lesson in this? and the next steps moving forward for you. Thank you so much, Cancer. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.